Take a moment and look around the room at your sisters and your brothers and see how beautiful they are. They can see how beautiful you are. You can just shine love and light out on them. You can receive the love and light they're shining out on you. And we can just have an attitude of gratitude for what's already transpired since we gathered together this morning. That we got our souls stirred up. Our brother Paul says, stir up the good gift that is within you. And the good gift is an attitude of gratitude. So when we sing these songs and we repeat those lines over and over and clap our hands and stomp our feet and sway back and forth, we're stirring up the good gift that is within us, which is an attitude of gratitude. An attitude of gratitude is not dependent upon what's happening in your world, in your relationships, with your finances, with the health or lack of the appearance of the lack of health in your body. An attitude of gratitude is just something we can do anytime. We can stir up an attitude of gratitude even when it looks like things are falling apart in our lives. We can thank God that we're alive to experience this, and that we're alive to recall how many other things we made it through, how many other moments we had in our lifetimes that we thought we were not going to live through, and we did. And if we look closely enough, we can see that not only did we survive, that many times we thrived. They polished us like a diamond. I loved it way back in the 60s or 70s when I first heard a spiritual teacher say, a diamond ain't nothing but a lump of coal that's been put under a lot of pressure. And it's like, so if you feel like your life and your circumstances are putting you under a lot of pressure, have the faith that a piece of coal has when it's under all that pressure, more than can be even estimated. But I think it secretly knows, oh shucks, get ready, here it comes. I'm getting transformed into a diamond. And so I love knowing that when I'm going through my own circumstances. It's like, whoo, I'm becoming a diamond. Or if I already know I'm a diamond, I can go, ooh, I'm getting polished today. That feels abrasive, but that's just a polishing cloth, making me brighter and lighter and more valuable even. So every single time we get, hey Karen, I missed you last week. I'm glad you're here. We can just be grateful for anything. So please remember that when you're going through it, finances, relationships, any of that stuff, anything that might come up for you, when you're going through it, please do remember that this circumstance, this condition, this experience does not have the power to stop me from practicing an attitude of gratitude. Because I'm alive. And let's face it, all you have to do is just look back, take a glance back through your life, and once more, you will see how you continue to make it through. It's why sometimes I look myself in my look in my face and look into my eyes in a mirror when something in my world is particularly pressurizing for me, and I just look into the mirror and say, hey Carlos, check this out, in case you've forgotten in this moment. You've been dead before, more times than you can count. And when I say dead, I mean just you didn't have joy in your heart. You didn't have a pep in your step. You didn't have excitement. You've been dead before, more times than you can count. But check this out in case you forget. You have always risen from the dead. And so what we are is the living proof of the resurrecting power of the Almighty One that is within us. I want to thank you, Jennifer, for that deep and awesome meditation. What I realized the last time I was here, because I wasn't hearing everything that you were saying, because I do think you go into a trance thing. I think that it's the Spirit speaking quietly to you, and it's coming out a little quiet. So what I started doing last time I was here was realizing that if I meditated and without closing my eyes, if I focused on your mouth, I could hear or understand everything you were saying. And I want you to know that the last time I was here and did that, you transformed. I could see I was staring at your mouth, and I was seeing the outline of your physical self and the light that was around you. And the last time I was here, you morphed into a Native American princess. And it was so beautiful. And I started to mention it to you, but I decided not to. But today you transformed for me into an Egyptian priestess. And as I watched you transform, I had the experience of this entire room that is our sanctuary transforming into a pyramid of power. And I realized on some level that it is true that in one of my incarnational experiences, like that's where I know you from. I sat at your feet in Egypt in a pyramid, and I was taught and reminded by you that information is all my brain is giving me and my emotions and everything. But the truth of me is that power within me that is the light of God. So I had to tell you that. I also have to tell you all that I think the last time I was here I had a gray beard coming in. I told you I'm doing this Jesus by those who knew him. I'm getting ready to do a theater production. So I'm going to let this beard keep growing. Well, Thursday my grandchildren nixed that right quick. I told Maya. I ran into my grandchildren and my daughter at the grocery store on Thursday. And they knew that I would be coming to my grandson's basketball game on Saturday, and I would be taking them out to lunch. And they had the willingness to say, that white beard on you does not work for me. One of the funnest things about you being our grandfather is that everybody tells us that you don't look old enough to be our grandfather. Some people think that you're our dad. They actually think you're mom's boyfriend. They don't know who you are. So right now, you look like a grandfather, and we're not having it. And you need to do something with your hair. It's done napped up so bad. Go get that stuff creamed and stretched out or something. And I went, I'll get on that. I showed up at my grandson's basketball game yesterday. He was in the middle of dribbling down the court. My grandson can dribble his little behind off. He was dribbling. He looked over and saw me and lost the ball. He's like, yes! They tell me what to wear and what never to wear. Don't ever wear that coat again. You need to go get some shoes. Do you know that blue pants look better with brown shoes than with black shoes? Don't you watch TV and see what's up? If they want to treat me like a Ken doll, let them. I'll be your Ken doll, I told them. So anyway, at lunch, they just kept you're back. You're back. I mean, they saw a quick glimpse of me at Stop and Shop, and it's like they thought I had left. And so, just so you know, I did say, oh, next time I see you, my gray beard will probably be even longer. So what my grandson suggests is that when I do this little video thing of all these characters, he said, we live in a 5-college area. All of the colleges have theater departments. They will gladly give you a beard to put on. They'll give you a variety of beards when you want to do this thing. They'll give you anything you want, Dad. You can get Grandpa, you can get your costumes there. So that's my little catch-up on my current look. Don't start calling me Ken or Barbie. I'm Reverend Carlos, who's minding the instructions of my grandchildren. I would rather make them happy than make me happy for, doing some little thing. I realized this week how crazy I am. No, last week and the week before. I realized how crazy I am and how much fun I have being the kind of crazy I am. The other day I went into Walmart. I went in there for 4 boxes of tissues. I was doing a little, not a workshop, but a little mini session. And in the session, I know that many people weep. We're getting in touch with certain things. So I just went to get 4 boxes of tissue. I'm at the checkout counter with taking thing after thing out of my cart. And the woman says, that'll be $182.94. And I said, I just came for tissues. 4 boxes of $1.10 tissues. And then the people started laughing back at me, and I went, I'm crazy. And I know I'm crazy while I'm being crazy, but I still keep being crazy because it kind of makes me laugh at me. And I had my other significant crazy moment was, I know there have been opportunities waiting for me for several years that require of me to simply gain a working mastery of Spanish. And so I got 2 times ago when I was in New York, I got surrounded by the same group of Spanish-speaking people saying, have you started learning yet? Because we have this opportunity waiting for you. It's a wonderful opportunity financially, and just for my resume, and for my opportunity to travel. And I said, no, I haven't done anything really about that, but I'll get on that. Yeah, I'm gonna check the schedule at Lifelong Learning at GCC, and I'll see if I can find myself a Spanish class. So I get the little catalog, look at the classes that are available, and yes, there is an immersion Spanish class available, which is why I picked up the book. It was my mission. And I want you to know that on Tuesday evening, I will be starting my first series of classes at GCC, learning to play the ukulele. I saw that right before I made the call for Spanish. I saw learn to play the ukulele included in the practical class. Next thing you know, I'm on the phone, or she's saying, how may I help you? I'd like to sign up for the ukulele class that starts on Tuesday. And so me and my grandkids and my daughter, we got to laugh about that being crazy. I don't think that learning to play the ukulele is going to increase
Your
my
Spanish?
finances, my opportunities. I don't think anybody's going to call me from Hawaii. Oh, now that you know how to play the ukulele, could you come and give a workshop? So,
Never know.
what I told my grandkids and the people in line at Walmart, I've always been crazy. But this is the most fun kind of crazy that I've been in my life. I was crazy in many self-destructive ways before. I've been crazy with drugs, crazy with sex, crazy with wasting my money. I've been crazy angry at people. I've been crazy wanting revenge for what somebody did to me. I've always been crazy. But this is such a fun crazy, to go for 4 boxes of tissues and come out with all this stuff that I don't need, but that is gonna make me happy. I don't need a new rug, but this color of this rug, it's just gonna make me happy every time I step into the bathroom. I didn't need any of that stuff, but it made me happy, and it let me know that because I believe we all are crazy, like the Course in Miracles says, don't be surprised that you're insane in an insane world. You know, we think other people are sane and we're crazy. No, we're all crazy. But if you are crazy, have fun being crazy. And if you can't have fun being crazy, the way you're being crazy, find a new way to be crazy. Then you can laugh at yourself, and you can have fun, and you can keep on skipping. That's my little pre-message, because I think I will be doing a process with you later, so I don't want to talk too much. We're going to deepen our 5 unity principles. Is there anyone here who has not helped us to deepen these, who has not stood up and been a spokesperson, or is there anyone here who hasn't done it for a while? If so, I would like you to please stand. And newer, this your first time here? Okay, we're going to welcome you after I shut my mouth, but I'm wondering if you would be willing to just stand up and read one of the principles. Do you know how I remembered your name today? I just got a car, and so many people, when I find out I have a car, they say, is it a new car? And I've been going, no, but it's a newer car. Oh, I've been saying your name before I met you. Okay, we have 4 people. Anybody on the music team?
No, we got fun.
We got 5.
We have 5. In the order that you stood. And so that will make you number 3. I believe you were number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
God, I'm Bob. God is absolute good everywhere present.
Again, Bob.
God is absolute good and everywhere present.
And this is one of the things that Jennifer reminded us of in that deep meditation, in that pyramid in Egypt. Let's all know this truth together. God
is absolute good, everywhere present.
I'm happy. My essence, a spark of divinity, is of God, and therefore I am inherent.
Again, please, a little louder.
My essence, a spark of divinity, is of God, and therefore I am inherently good.
Thank you. All of us together.
My essence, a spark of divinity, is of God, and therefore I am inherently good.
I create my experiences by the activity of my thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought.
Again, please, Noor.
I create my experiences by the activity of my thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought.
All of us together.
I create my experiences by the activity of my thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought.
Hi, I'm Evelyn.
Hi, Ellen.
Prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God-mind and therefore brings forth wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good.
Again, Evelyn.
Prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God-mind and therefore brings forth wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good.
Everyone in the community.
Prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God-mind and therefore brings forth wisdom, health, prosperity, and everything good.
And number 5.
I am Deb.
Hi, Deb.
Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are just the beginning. I must also live the truth I know.
Again, Deb.
Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are just the beginning. I must also live the truth I know.
Together as a community. Number 5.
Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth, are just the beginning. I must also live the truth I know.
That's where the rubber meets the road. To live this truth we know. A good thing that helps me to remember how important it is for me to dedicate myself to remembering the truth that we know is to remember that that's what makes me happy. Is that I'm just automatically happy when I'm doing my best in any given moment to live the truth we know. And we know that there was a book out called The Four Agreements, and the fourth agreement said, we want to do the best we can in any circumstance, but our circumstances change. And so sometimes the best I can is just to be flying above it all, observing it, not caught into it. And there are other times where the best I can do is I am feeling caught in it deeply. And the best I can do in my life sometime, as you know, is to just swing my legs over the side of the bed and make myself get up and make myself go outside. But I was doing the best I could in that moment. And so let's honor ourselves and know ourselves, and let's not spank ourselves or shame ourselves or beat ourselves up when we're having a moment, as long as we know this is the best I can do. Sometimes I can't say I love you and I forgive you, but what I can do is not slap you. And that's the best I can do. And I'll get to a moment where I can say, okay, I've let it go. I've let it go. I forgive you and I forgive me for not forgiving you. And it's done. And thank God for the lesson that we've achieved. Why didn't you forgive me sooner? I was working on not hitting you. We know that we have one person who's here for the first time today, and I would like you to stand again, please, Noor. And if we have anyone else, I'm not spotting anyone. What I would like for you to know, and I'm going to ask you how you